Welcome back. One final point before we go tonight. A feminist by the name of Joanna Schroeder told me today on Twitter that you can't be for the equality of women and vote for Trump. She said you can't. Well, she's wrong, and here's why. She was talking about Gina Haspel's confirmation hearing because liberal feminists turned out en masse to oppose Gina Haspel, even though Gina Haspel will be the first woman ever to be the chief of the CIA. Now, the reason this is significant is not because we should judge nominees based on their gender instead of their qualifications. We shouldn't. But liberals do that. Liberals told us that we should vote for Hillary Clinton not because of her qualifications, but because she's a woman. So you can't have it both ways. Liberal feminists are hypocrites, and I just like to point that out. To any young woman who is listening to this, liberal feminists aren't championing you as a woman. They're using you as a woman as a pawn to further their political agenda. It's both disrespectful and it's insulting to our minds to suggest that we women vote with our lady parts instead of our brains. Now, out of the other side of their mouths, liberals are constantly harping on the idea. They say we need an equal number of women as men in Congress. We need to elevate women, they say, to high-powered positions in big companies and in government. Well, ladies, let me tell you what Donald Trump has done as president. President Trump, your president, appointed Nikki Haley as ambassador to the United Nations, Elaine Chao as Secretary of Transportation, Betsy DeVos as Secretary of Education, Sarah Huckabee Sanders as Press Secretary, Kirstjen Nielsen as Secretary of Homeland Security, Kellyanne Conway as Senior Advisor, also the first woman to run a winning presidential campaign, Linda McMahon as head of the Small Business Administration, Ivanka Trump as Senior Advisor, and Gina Haspel nominated for first woman CIA chief ever. How's that for elevating women? How's that for equality for women under Trump? So what was the reaction from liberals, you might be asking, since they always tell us to vote for liberal women because they're women? Well, liberals said Nikki Haley slept her way to the top. Ivanka Trump is like a diaper pail, shiny on the outside, full of crap on the inside. Kellyanne Conway's face looks like roadkill. Sarah Huckabee Sanders looks like she should coach a softball team. Elaine Chao only got that job because her husband is Mitch McConnell. And Gina Haspel, feminist Jessica Valenti, scoffed at Haspel's nomination to the CIA by saying, anyone who thinks Gina Haspel is a win for women's empowerment doesn't understand that there's a huge difference between being a feminist and being a woman who benefited from feminism. In other words, these liberals who told us to vote for Hillary because Hillary was a woman and demean conservative women as anti-equality because we're conservative and claim they want to elevate women to high-powered positions attack the women elevated to high-powered positions in the Trump administration as if these women didn't work hard to achieve what they achieved on their own, as if their success is entirely due to men, their sexuality, or privilege. If that isn't the most anti-feminist thing I've ever heard. And that is my final point. You can reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. If you liked the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. In the meantime, catch us here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. And until then, have a good night.